Let me just get started. All right, yay! Welcome. First, I want to acknowledge you for coming here and being open to learning more about essential oils and how they work in our bodies on a cellular level. Give me 1 second. Let me just turn this off for a second. All right, because that 3 o'clock really snuck up on me. Okay, so yeah, we're going to learn 3 cool things about doTERRA essential oils, the 3 simple ways to use them, and lastly, the 3 ways to get them if you're in your home, if you see something that you like after this presentation. This is for anyone that is new to oils or is a pro to oils. We're just going to go ahead and dive in, okay? Let me share my screen with you and this beautiful presentation that I have for you guys. All right, let's do this. All right, let's get to it. Just waiting for my computer to catch up with the rest of the class. Here we go. All right, welcome to Essential Oils Made Easy. I'm your host and wellness advocate, Nicole Mock. Just a little bit about myself. You're probably wondering, what is she doing selling essential oils? Wasn't she, in this television career doing all that? Yes, I did all that. I was in the corporate world for 20 plus years, first in television, which that was my dream. And I got to do that. I'm very proud of myself, pat on the back. But I wanted to start a family, and I didn't want to start one in Connecticut where I met my husband. So we looked south and we looked west, and West had some jobs opening up. So we took them and we came even deeper in the tech world, where we were trying to put TV on cell phones before that was even a thing. Then after that, that was my second layoff in the television world. And I switched gears. I had kids and I wanted to spend more time with them. So I was like 9 to 5 would be a little bit easier, more manageable when you have kids. It was 2 full-time jobs doing that. And at one point, it was around 2015, 2016, I thought there's something more to my life than just commuting back and forth and taking care of my kids, because I wanted to spend more time with them. So I ultimately left that job and got into another executive job at another corporate company and got laid off for the 3rd time. Luckily, doTERRA was already in my life, and how that became was because, my aunt, she gave me a couple of samples and said, here, try these. And I thought, okay, yeah, I'll give these a try. I tried Young Living before, but I didn't think anything of it. I didn't notice a big, ooh, what is this stuff? It wasn't until I tried lavender, doTERRA's lavender, on my son. He was about 6 or 7 at the time. And we could not get him to go to bed. He was just jumping up and down on the bed, getting his sister worked up. So what can I give a 6, 7-year-old kid, that isn't going to have any side effects later? That's natural, because I was all about natural things when it came to my kids, especially when my son came around in 2008. I was really looking for natural cleaning solutions at that time. And there wasn't that much available. You really had to look at the top shelf, and it was even, I wouldn't say twice the amount, but you were paying more for all natural products, which bothered me, because it should be more, but if it's plant-based, it's going to be more. That's just the nature of the game. It wasn't until, I asked him, can I put some lavender on you? And he said, sure. And I put just a little bit on his chest. And within minutes, he stopped jumping on the bed, got under the covers, and passed out. And I just thought, this is great. I get to spend more time with my husband. Good night, kids. It wasn't until the next night, both kids were already in bed. I was just going in there to say goodnight, and little Ian's head popped up and said, Mom, can I have some lavender? And as I'm going to get it, I thought, oh, there is something to this. So I met back with my cousin and my aunt, and my cousin gave me the whole spiel, the same stuff I'm going to share with you tonight. She shared with me, and then some. And yeah, I was just like, okay, sign me up. Especially after I heard about Healing Hands Foundation, which is doTERRA's nonprofit organization, where they give back to the communities where they are sourcing these oils. And you're going to get to see that in a minute. And they also pay the farmers fair market value, just to keep vetiver in the ground. And I don't know any companies that pay their farmers to keep things in the ground. They pay them when they take stuff out of the ground, but not while it's in the ground. So that's co-impact sourcing. I said, who cares about, I didn't care about the oils. Let me get align myself with this business, this company, doTERRA. And yeah, I'll make a little extra more money on the side, like I was with my photography, because a lot of people do side hustles. It's more now than I think before COVID. And then I got laid off and I just really dived into doTERRA. I leaned on doTERRA to keep my soft skills, going, because my biggest strength is relationship building. That's what I'm really good at. And when I look back and reflect of all the jobs that I had in the corporate world, that's what I did. I was in customer service. I was in the food business with Costco, and I was building relationships with Costco and the vendors. And I was just making sure I was like that one person that they can rely on for the right answers and get results. And that's what I do with doTERRA. It's the same thing. Is I help people with something that they need. And I focus on health because I feel like the modern approach isn't quite 100% looking to help proactively. They're very good at the reacting to health concerns when it's like, medically like necessary to keep that person alive. So they're really great at that. And I applaud those guys. Thank you for your services that are in the nursing, physical therapy, and doctor world. We still need you, but I'm here to help, bridge the gaps before they need you. I'm trying to help, you guys see less of us in the near future, because I don't know what the medical world, the modern approach is going to look like 10 years from now. Because I just, from what I gather from my husband, who is a physical therapist assistant, and the stuff he brings back home, stories, it's just like, oh my God, what are these doctors doing with their patients? It's really bad. So I'm helping you guys avoid all that headache that these people are, the older generation is dealing with. So if we can get ahead of it right now, then we're better for it later on. And that's why I love teaching this class. So the goal of this class is to empower you. I want you guys to be the CEO of your health. I want you to take ownership of it, have some accountability, just be a little bit more mindful, open-minded about, other options out there. It's not just go to the doctor and he writes you a script. No, there's other stuff out there that you can try. So in this class, we're going to learn 3 cool things about essential oils, the 3 ways to use them. And if you see something that you like, then I'm going to show you the 3 ways to get them into your home. Okay. You have 3 options. All right. All right, let's get into it. The 3 cool things about essential oils. Number 1, they're safe. I know a lot of products say that and can say that, as long as they follow, FDA guidelines, right? Well, doTERRA essential oils are tested 54 times. I'll repeat that again because the dog's barking. 54 times, and 11 of those are tested by third-party labs. I would direct you to, I believe it's called aromaplant.org. I'll look it up and post it in the comments so you can see for yourself all their test results on essential oils and what they find. And they even have an essential oils 101 class as well. So you can get even deeper dive into essential oils. Like you'll learn that trees or plants use their essential oils to help communicate with other plants, provide nourishment when it's lacking. And I said communication, right? They communicate to each other, and they just ward off insects and other things that could, bother them. And that's how these oils work for us. It's the same way. There's no side effects and no addictions, even though I will say I am addicted to mine, because whenever I have a problem, the first thing I think is go to the oils. They're extracted from plants with amazing health benefits. They're certified pure, tested grade. I need to change that slide. They're tested grade. And the reason they changed the word is because they are global, and they have to use words that will align with all the rules and regulations, in other places of the planet. A lot of brands can say they are 100% pure oil as long as they have 5% of natural pure oil in them. The rest could be whatever they want. The FDA doesn't regulate that very closely. Peppermint is a perfect example. It is great for energizing. If you're feeling that lull at 2 o'clock, instead of reaching for Starbucks, which is bunch of sugar in it, which isn't good for us that are in our 40s and above. We need to reduce our sugar intake by that point. Grab your peppermint, just go ahead and inhale it. You can diffuse it, you can apply it topically. It promotes clear breathing. It actually cools the body. So ladies, hot flashes like myself, a little bit on your forehead, and it's going to relieve you, especially in the hot states when it gets really muggy and hot. Oh, put that in a spray bottle. People are going to love you. You spray them. Yeah. Relieves head tension. So if you deal with, head tension, which also, when I say that, it's because I have to follow FDA guidelines. I have to comply to certain verbiage. So I can't just go out and say, it's going to relieve your headache and your migraine. I have to say it relieves head tension. So when I say these kind of words, it's because the FDA will, I don't want to get doTERRA in trouble. Effective. So that's number one, safe. Second is effective. So this is what I mean by effective. They work on a cellular level. So when you apply on the skin, or you take internally, or you're inhaling, which is passing the olfactory sensor right here on the bridge of your nose, it's actually hitting the limbic area and the part of your brain, the seat of your brain, and that releases whatever chemical your body, whatever it's triggered. And then our cells, they have an oily membrane, and oil attracts oil. Water and oil do not mix. So they can sit on that. They get on that little oily membrane, and then they can bypass it, right? And so our cells have these little receptors, and they're constantly looking for chemicals, molecules that our body naturally produces, but sometimes we're lacking in certain things because of our diet, or we're not exercising, or we're not getting enough sleep. Those are the three things that affect our gut. And when our gut isn't producing these chemicals, then other things can attach to the cells, like toxins, and that's going to make us feel even more sluggish, even though our liver is designed to crap all that out and detox. We kind of overload it, and it can only do so much, and then we just feel like really by 3 or 4 o'clock. Most medications are water-based, so that's why they take typically 7 to 10 days. Your doctor will always say, okay, we'll follow up in 2 weeks, right? 14 days. Same thing with essential oils. Because they're oil, and the oil attracts the oil, it bypasses that, and they work faster. 2 to 3 days, you'll see results depending on the ailment. I can't stress that enough. Sometimes you have to keep at it, because they're just like medication. They stay in your system for so long, and then you pass it, and then you've got to take another set of medication, right? Because over a certain period of time. Same thing with the oils. On Guard, you can use all 3 ways. It promotes healthy immune function. It soothes a sore throat, and it cleanses home and hands. That's my favorite oil to use in cleaning the bathroom. So let me share a quick story. When Ian was about the same age, 6 or 7, he was a terrible aim in the bathroom. If you have little boys, you know what I'm talking about. So I decided Ian is now going to clean his own toilet, because I got tired of doing it every day. So I would use the traditional stuff that, the foam, the little cartoon foam bubble guys. I would use that. And I noticed we kept coughing and gagging every time I'd spray the bottle. So I'd have Ian stand outside the bathroom while I hold my breath and spray the commode. Then I would jump out, catch my breath, wait a couple more minutes, and then say, okay, Ian, you can go in there and clean it, because it would change colors and everything. You remember that stuff? So it never occurred to me that that was our body signaling us that there's too much toxic going on. You need to get out. You need to escape. So when I discovered that I could use On Guard as a cleaning product, I'm so sorry, I don't know who's drilling out there. When you can use On Guard as a cleaning product, I made my own bottle. I had a vinegar bottle. It was just a little bit of vinegar, and I added probably like 30 drops of On Guard, and I filled the rest with probably filtered water or some kind of distilled water. And then I gave the bottle to Ian and said, here, use this, clean your bathroom, the toilet, and I'll be back. Not only did he clean the toilet, he cleaned the whole bathroom, and I couldn't believe it. Not only was it like the whole bathroom, it looked amazing, it smelled great, and that was it. I was sold. I never bought that stuff. In fact, I ditched all my shopping at Target, and have switched most of my shopping with doTERRA because they keep providing products that I need in my household. And I'm also perimenopausal, so I'm trying to reduce the amount of toxins as humanly possible that I'm in contact with. Because that also toxins mess up with our hormones. And oh gosh, once our hormones are out of whack, that's when we experience the hot flashes and all that stuff that comes with it. Night sweats, irritability, anxiety. Nobody has time for that. We don't want to feel like that all the time. Affordable, what does that mean? It's more affordable than traditional care. Pennies per dose. In fact, a lemon, I believe, is $13 a bottle, and that comes to about 4 cents a day per drop, which is, I mean, cheaper than a lemon. I mean, you could get a organic lemon for $1, and you have to go back and get another one for $1. So yeah, it totally saves you hundreds of dollars a year on medical costs as well, because you are proactively supporting your body systems, because we have all these just different systems that help us do stuff every day. All right, let me shut the door now that the dog's in. Oof. Okay, sorry about the noise. I don't know what's going on over there. All right. Lavender. This is the oil that, you know, brought me on board to doTERRA. It calms the mind. I use it for anxious feelings. It's calming for the skin. I've got, I don't know if you can see a little work burn that I got from work. So I have a lavender touch in my apron. So I apply that whenever I get a little burn, and it's not looking so bad. And it feels like skin. It doesn't have a scab feel to it. It just feels like my skin. Lavender, peppermint, and lemon combined is a natural antihistamine. So if you deal with seasonal threats like allergies, again, I have to say seasonal threats, not allergies because of compliance, or environmental threats, those are going to help give you some relief there. Okay, so this is the map I wanted to show you that I talked about earlier, where doTERRA source their oils. It's all over. In fact, if you notice in the United States, there's only 3 oils that are sourced in the US, peppermint being one. There's a plant, people get to go and see that the peppermint farm when you rank up in the business. So that's always fun. And you get to go to these other locations and help out with Healing Hands Foundation or co-impact sourcing. There's always something for higher ranked doTERRA members to, be a part of this global phenomenon. Okay. So I love this map because it shows you everywhere they source their oils. And what I love is that you see the purple is the social impact. That's where, they're thriving instead of surviving, the farmers, the communities. There's environment stewardship. That's when they're finding sustainable ways to harvest and distill these oils. For example, black spruce up in Canada there, it's green. That one, the story of that farmer, he was an engineer and he quit that job and had his family had a black spruce farm, and he built the facility that distills that takes all the bark off and everything, and the needles, anything that's left over after they get the oil, all the garbage that's left over is burned so that that energy is transitioned into power energy to power the facility that is extracting the oil from the tree. Isn't that amazing? I love that. So that's doTERRA. That is doTERRA for you. Okay, now there's 3 ways that you can use doTERRA essential oils. First, aromatic, which is the most popular way. Everybody is very comfortable with the diffuser. You throw in some water. You want to use still filtered or distilled. Tap is okay if you're like in a pinch. And you want to put no more than 6 to 7 drops, depending on the size of the diffuser. The little smaller diffusers, 3 to 4, but the medium size are typically 5 to 6. Anything bigger is going to be more, obviously. Okay. What diffusing does is it positively affects the mood. My sister has told me several times at her job, everybody's stressed out and coming at her like freaked out, and she's got eucalyptus diffusing in the background. And by the end of their, whatever's going on in that situation, they're cool as a cucumber, and they leave, and it totally changed their mood. It cleanses the air. It doesn't kill. I'll never say that these oils kill bacteria, germs, or any of that stuff. That's not how it works. Like I said earlier in the class, trees will use essential oils to keep pests from, invading or bothering them. And that's how the germs and the bacteria, they can't thrive in the environment when you introduce an essential oil to that environment. So they just find other places to go. They just don't hang out. That would be the same as if we would go into a room full of smoke. We just couldn't breathe in there. We would just be like, we got to get out, and we would leave because we can't thrive in that environment. It supports the respiratory system as well when we diffuse. Another option is topical. That is the second most common way people use doTERRA essential oils. Please read the labels if you're going to use a different brand, because I know a lot of followers are that follow me along and enjoy my continued education classes are using different kind of brand oils. You definitely want to read the labels, because there are some out there that will say can use topically and some that say do not use topically, or mix with a lotion or some kind of another oil to dilute. And what that does, it holds the oil onto the skin so that more oil, is absorbed. And if you apply neat with no fractionated coconut oil, it's just going to flake off in your walking human diffuser. Next is internal. Hold on, guys. So sorry. Really need a lock on this door. The dog keeps going in and out. Internal, that's just a third option. You don't have to if you don't feel comfortable. It took me a long time to get through that little, I was like, I wasn't sure either, but I trusted the lemon. So I put that in my water, and that was my first introduction. Now, if you've ever chewed gum, you have had essential oils, you've ingested essential oils. So for those naysayers that say you should never ingest essential oils, be mindful of which brand you're talking about. You can ingest doTERRA essential oils because they pass the FDA GRAS test, which is generally recognized as safe. And most herbs and plants, pass that. You could put it in a veggie cap. It's another way to take it if you don't like the flavor, because some people don't like the flavor of frankincense, but they know frankincense is going to help keep inflammation down. You can also apply under the tongue. It took me a long time to do that with frankincense. In fact, when I first opened my frankincense bottle, when I got my collection, I didn't want anything to do with it. I thought it smelled awful. I was just like, this is gross. No, but I kept hearing all the benefits about frankincense, and everybody was just so like, oh, frankincense, that I was like, all right, I'm going to give it another try. So I waited about literally 6 months, and then I tried it again, and I had a different experience just by smelling from the bottle. So I was like, all right, let me give the old under the tongue a try. Disgusting, because it's a tree and it has that barky, earthy oomph in it. But once you get used to it, it's like your body craves it. You're like, you want to have it under your tongue. But again, it's just a third option. You don't have to go that route. You can just do aromatic and topical and still get the benefits. Okay, there's no wrong way. No wrong way. All right, let's shift gears and focus on you guys watching at home or on your device or in your car, wherever you are. Think about your health. Let's think about your health. I want you to think of 3 things you want to feel more or less of. And I'm going to give you a minute to write that down. I'm going to play along too. I got my little handed pencil and my notepad. So let's think of 3 things you want to feel more or less of thinking about your health. I'll give you a second. All right. Do jot them down somewhere on a piece of paper if you can, if it's handy. If not, just mentally keep them in your brain. Because in the next slides, I'm going to go over the top oils that every doTERRA member turns to for all kinds of ailments. And I might hit on something that you have written down. I'll share mine. Anxious feelings, hot flashes, and better sleep. Now, all of this is probably due to my imbalanced hormones. So I'm doing my best to remove toxins and stay away from them as much as possible, as well as, have a happy, healthy gut, because that also helps with balancing the hormones. All right, let's dive right into it. So lemon, we talked a little bit about lemon. This one you can use all three ways, taste, smell, and touch. It's uplifting. If you need some support on focus or overcome mental fatigue, again, that 2 p.m., 3 p.m. slump that most people feel, stop reaching for the Starbucks and reach for a little lemon in your water. And it's just one simple daily change in your habit. It's just a little switch. And then you're saving money on gas and running around town. The cleansing, purifying, and invigorating properties of lemon make it one of the most versatile oils. It cleanses and purifies the air and surfaces. So again, you can use this as a household cleaner. I'm sure you've had a bunch of household cleaners that had lemon scent before. Now you can make your own. And the bottles are pretty inexpensive. You can get them anywhere, Amazon, and just use water and you're set, you're done. And you don't have to keep buying the stuff from the store and, pretending you're recycling it, even though most of the plastic stuff does not get recycled, especially anything that had household cleaners in it, because of all the toxins. You really can't recycle those. So that the landfill gets even more filled with toxic stuff. So this reduces that. This is one way to reduce that. A very uplifting and positive aroma. So if you're ever in, the sky is gray and you're feeling a little blue, a little down, smell your lemon, get you out of that funk. Next is lavender. Again, all three ways: smell, taste, and touch. It's calming. It regenerates. Regenerates and comfort. Its calming and relaxing qualities is frequently used to reduce the appearance of skin imperfections, like I talked about earlier. My little bubble on my what do you call this? My arm. It soothes occasional skin irritations, bug bites, little scrapes, itches, hives, anything like that. You could take internally. Lavenders reduce anxious feelings and promotes peaceful sleep. Also great in diffusing in the bedroom. Have that going on, especially before you go to bed. Have it running at least 30 minutes before you go to bed, because it's just cueing your body that you're ready to go dodo, people. All right, next, peppermint. Again, all three ways: smell, taste, and touch. It invigorates, it energizes, it stimulates, it really perks you up. I mean, you've heard about people, splashing cold water on their face, right? You can do that with peppermint, just a little couple of drops. Peppermint also helps alleviate occasional upset stomach and promotes healthy respiratory function when taken internally. It promotes digestive health when taken internally, and it soothes occasional headache. Any head tension you apply on the temples or in the back and the base of the skull here, the neck, it's going to give you some relief. Okay. And again, when you use peppermint, lavender, and lemon together, that's antihistamine, powerful stuff. Okay. Next, tea tree. Again, use all three ways: taste, touch, and smell. Cleansing, disinfecting, and earthy. This is a very earthy oil. Tea tree is best known for its purifying property or qualities, which make it useful for cleansing the skin, home surfaces, and purifying the air. You want to be mindful if you have any fur babies. This is one of the oils you don't want to use on or around your pets. If you do diffuse, make sure the door is open, or that it's an open space so the dogs and the cats can go freely without being bothered. Renowned for its cleansing and rejuvenating effect on the skin, I did apply several times daily of tea tree around my affected area. You could diffuse throughout the home to help purify and freshen the air as well. Also a great household cleaner. And a lot of people like to use it for scalp. I tend to put a drop on my fingertips, and then I massage it right into my scalp before I jump into the shower. Oregano, hot oil. You want to dilute. This one's like super hot. You get on your skin, it's going to burn like a mofo. So you want to make sure you've got some lotion or some kind of oil on hand so you can help reduce that painfulness. Okay. Again, you can use this one all three ways: smell, taste, and touch. Super powerful. Oregano is powerful, supportive, and resolving. Known as a popular cooking spice, oregano also acts as a powerful cleansing agent and offers powerful antioxidants. So when you're like, I don't have enough berries to get enough antioxidants in my system, 1 drop of oregano in a veggie cap and you're good to go. Used as a powerful cleansing and purifying agent, it is my favorite way to clean my kitchen. I have a little bottle where I put about 20 drops of oregano, the rest with distilled water, spray down the surface, and my house smells, the kitchen just smells good. I love the way my kitchen smells after I clean it. Supports a healthy immune system, healthy digestive and respiratory function when used internally. So yes, I've had a lot of friends that are like, I'm suffering, suffering with, because their immune system is compromised because of something they caught. And I always recommend, if they have it, oregano, because it is the strongest, not just as a, because it's a hot oil. I mean, it is a very potent oil, very potent. In fact, when you diffuse, you just want to use 1 or 2 drops. That's how potent it is. I've had people complain to me about it, but some people didn't. So there's always a yin and yang, right? All right, Deep Blue. This one you can only use topical. And it also has a child-proof cap because of the wintergreen. Minty, soothing and cooling. This is great before, after workouts, or any rigorous, activity you got going on. Or if you're the ones that stuck behind the desk all day long, typey, could put on your neck, on your shoulders, and on your wrists to give you some relief after sitting behind that desk all day. Deep Blue is enriched of blends of oils, perfect for massage after a long day or an intense workout. Apply on feet and knees before and after exercise. I've actually, because we do yard work, I will apply some Deep Blue on behind the knees before I do anything, because I know I'm going to pull something. Massage Deep Blue with a few drops of carrier oil onto growing kids' legs before bedtime. Yeah, my kids. Definitely use that. They would wake up in the middle of the night and ask for the blue stuff, and then they fall right back to sleep. Breathe. You can use this aromatically and topically only. It's a respiratory blend. It supports and it's easing. Maintains feelings of clear airways and easy breathing while minimizing the effects of seasonal threats. Allergies. Promotes a restful night's sleep. You can combine this with lavender. And if you have a snorer in your house, this is going to kick it, I promise. All right. Digestion. This one you can use all 3 ways: taste, smell, and touch. It soothes and supports. It's a wonderful companion to aid in digestion of food, soothes occasional upset stomachs, and reduce uncomfortable gas when used internally. I've stopped using Tums. I hated it because it was chalky. It was gross. I didn't like it. And this works way much better. I just 1 drop on my abdomen and I rub it into my belly and I'm good. It helps with all that bloating and nastiness. And I used to have a problem with that. Oh, in the early 2000s, good Lord. Very embarrassing for me. A lot of people are like, whoa, what is that? It is me. All right, rub on the stomach before flying or taking a road trip for calming aroma. Always a staple when we road trip to Big Bear or Grammy and Gramps, because we never know who's going to get car sick. Digest internally when traveling or trying new foods to soothe occasional upset stomach. So yeah, every time I go home, because I haven't had that food in so long, I have my Digestin with me every time. Always traveling. All right, On Guard. This one you can use all 3 ways too. It's supportive and boosting. On Guard is a powerful blend that supports healthy immune function when used internally. It supports healthy immune and respiratory function, and just support the body's natural antioxidant defenses. So again, it does not kill germs or bacteria, but the germs and bacteria cannot thrive when it's around the On Guard essential oil environments. I think several years ago, I posted the chicken coop photos from, I think it was an 8th grader that did a project, a science fair project, and he grabbed poo from the chicken coop and he used On Guard and 2 other name brands that I'm not going to talk about that I have used and my mother used and my grandmother used. And there was no sign of any bacteria on the Petri dish, thanks to On Guard, but you could see there was still bacteria, even though the other products, they sort of worked, but they didn't get it all. Let me tell you, there was still some there. It was pretty gross. All right. Who wants to feel awesome? I mean, who doesn't want to feel awesome every day? Supplements are super important if you're over 40. And there are a lot of supplements out there that have too much of vitamins and minerals to where your body can't absorb it and you end up pooping it out. And those are usually sold at Costco. A lot of people buy their supplements at Costco. And then I can see why, because you think you're getting a deal, but you're actually pooping money down the toilet, literally. With doTERRA's #1 product, you can try for 30 days. And if you don't feel a difference, you can ship the bottles back empty or full and get your money back. And I will help you with that. Okay. Here's what's inside the bottles. The Alpha CRS Plus is anti-inflammatory, keeps inflammation down throughout the day. The Microplex VMZ is vitamins and minerals. You need both you need minerals for vitamins to work. And then XE Omega is your omega fatty acids 3, 6, and 9. Now, our body naturally make omega-9s, but maybe our bodies are not making enough. And that's why we're seeing changes in our eyesight and our hair, plus we're getting older. But 3 and 6, you want to make sure you have a balance of those, because you have too much of one or the other, then they don't really work if you have too much of one or the other. Okay, so there's a nice little balance. And then fun fact about omegas, they are not a sustainable product. They do turn rancid, and doTERRA's figured out the 9 essential oils that sustain the omega so that they don't turn rancid. So when you open the bottle, you don't get that fishy smell, you know, burp up that fish flavor. So if that's happening, you're totally wasting your money. And I don't want you guys to do that anymore. Okay. That's why I like to teach these classes, because I want you to have the information so you can make an informed decision. Because if that is happening to you, it's time to switch. Okay. And just try these for 30 days. Okay. All right. So how do we get these into your home? So I told you in the beginning of the class, there's 3 ways, right? First one's retail. You pay full price. I don't want any of my friends to pay full price. I want my friends to get 25% off every time they order, or at least for their initial order. To become a wholesale member, it's a $35 membership. I'm sorry, $35 membership fee, where you get 25% off of your first order and any orders after that. But there's no obligation to buy. Again, I want you to try these and see if they're a good fit. And if you find that they're a good fit, then you come back every month. And there's no obligation to sell unless you are looking for an opportunity to make more income or just change your career. There's no monthly requirement. However, there are bonuses for participating in our optional loyalty program, because doTERRA loves to give back more gifts to members that see the value of these products. And the best option, hands down, this is the way I went, is the year-long membership for free. So let me show you 3 options how you can get your membership for free. The first one is the Healthy Start Kit. I love this collection because it's the small bottles, 5 milliliter. You're getting about 85 drops. So you're just dipping your toe to see if this is a lifestyle for you. Because this is really what I'm trying to sell here, is a lifestyle and not just a bunch of products. This is just ditching toxins and switching to plants. Okay. This is what it's all about. I love this kit because they included a diffuser. Before, there was no diffuser, but doTERRA wants you to use these oils all 3 ways. So they added the cute little pebble diffuser. It's about that big, but boy, does it pack a punch. So this one, you just need 3 to 4 drops when you use this diffuser. So you're getting the top 10 oils, the pebble diffuser. And if you order it this month and place a 100 PV order in March, doTERRA is going to give you an extra 100 points in your account that you can use towards the products that you have your eyes on, that you're like, oh, it's out of reach, I can't afford it right now. You're going to have 100 points plus 50 points for me. I am giving up my own points for you because I want you to get the oils that you really, really, truly want. Okay. Next is the Home Essential Kit. This is a second way to get your membership for free. Again, top 10 oils, but you're getting the Lalu diffuser. I love this Lalu's diffuser. Oh my God, it's super quiet. It's elegant, it's sexy, it's made out of glass. Oh, it's just the best. I have this one in my bedroom because it's so quiet. Because a lot of the other diffusers I find are a little bit like noisy with the water. But this one, oh, I have to check. I'm like, is it on? I can't see. It started out, but it's on. This month only, you have until today. This is the last day for this offer to get the bonus Digestin soft gels and the Digestin blend. And it also qualifies for the free fennel as well. But this is the last day to get that extra bonus if you decide to come on board with me. Again, the enrollment promotion qualifies for this 100 PV this month, 100 PV next month, and I'm going to help you figure out what do I get in next month. I'm going to help you with that, okay? And I'm going to show you how to. I'm going to help you with that later on in the class, okay? Next, this is the last option. This is for the person that's like, you know what? I want it all. I want to start resetting my gut. I want all the natural products. I want to ditch all that toxic crap out of my home because you probably have some lying around. Do you have Bengay? We're going to replace it with the Deep Blue Stick plus Cobaiba, which is a oil from a tree that works just like CBD, but you don't have to worry about any traces of THC. And it's going to work every single time because what it does is it blocks the pain receptors on a cellular level. You're going to get the Lifelong Vitality Pack with this kit, plus the Terrazyme and the PB Assist. Oh my God, you're like starting off right. And I'm going to show you how to use these products. You're not going to take these products and they're going to sit on the shelf and collect dust. That's not going to happen. You do get the top oils that we talked about earlier. So if you have it in your mind of your ailments, I might have spoke on an oil that will help you. It also comes with Adaptive and Serenity, just the 5 milliliter bottle of those. So again, 85 drops. So you're getting introduction. Adaptive is great for focus, but keeping calm at the same time. So when the shit hits the fan in your office, at your home, you can remain calm as a cucumber, but focus like crazy. All right. Serenity's perfect restful blend at night. I find that's like stronger than the lavender. If you're looking for something stronger at night to diffuse, you can. The Breathe Vapor Stick will replace the Vapo Rub. Again, it's all plant-based products. There's no petroleum in these, which is #1 in my book. The Correct-X is like Neosporin, so you can ditch that petroleum-based product and get plant-based. The La Luz diffuser, you get a box to store all your oils, and I'm going to give you stickers to put on your lid. So when you put it in your box, you see what oils, and you don't have to pick up every single one to get to the one that you want. The On Guard line, I'm so in love with the toothpaste. I'm never going back to any of the stuff at retail because I have the best checkups. The kids have the best checkups, no cavities when they use this toothpaste, and you know, I'm sold. I'm sold. On Guard hand sanitizer spray, so you can spray your hands, the kids' hands, the carts, the doors, the handles, the bathrooms. On Guard Protective Blend soft gels. If you don't want to make your own veggie cap soft gel, you can just get the soft gels for convenience. So you can take that with your supplements every day to boost that immune system. And again, this collection qualifies for the bonus products of Digestin and the fennel, but you only have today. This offer ends today, unfortunately. I should have taught this class last week, so I gave you guys time to get your pennies together so you can get these extra bonuses here. So enrollment promotion, again, qualifies for this. This qualifies for the 100 PV this month if you order this month. Now, if you decide you want to order later on in the month, you totally can. You're just not going to get the bonus. Well, that you won't get the fennel. You'll get the Digestin and the 2 Digestins because that's all month long. I apologize. I misspoke. Okay. All right. So what can you expect from us? So once you're like, I'm ready, let's get to it. Yeah, when you buy your oils from retail, say Target, Walmart, the gas station, they're not going to follow up with you and say, hey, are you loving the oils? Are they working for you? What's not working for you? They're not going to follow up with you and love on you and give you more oils and products to, keep you motivated with this new lifestyle. I'm going to share with you, when you get your collection, a wellness consult. This is a free, what do you call it? Free Shoot, my brain is farting right now. It's a free offer, free gift, free service, thank you, that I provide to all my customers when they pick their collection or whatever oils they decide to bring into their home. We just do a quick 20 minutes or to an hour wellness consult. It's totally free. And we just go over all your oils. We go over the 3 things you want to feel more or less of. And then we come up with 30, 60, 90-day goals if you want to, go that route. You're probably thinking, well, how do I come up with goals when I just got my oils? Well, I'll give you Advanced Magic Book. So they're going to go into deeper details of when to use the oils, what they are helpful for. There's top uses in the book. I mean, it's just photos, do it yourself. I just love this book. So it helps you learn even more ways to use these oils than what I covered today. It's just the tip of the iceberg, my friends. Okay, and then you can continue following me for continuing education on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, even on TikTok. Now, I don't have a Simple Abundant Life with Nick on TikTok. It's just my personal TikTok, but I do share what I do with these oils, how I use them, and how they help me. Okay, just follow along in my oil journey. All right. So what's next? All right. So do you know which collection you want? Great. Just message me which one you want. If you forgot the name of it, that's okay. Just say, hey, there was a kit. It was the first one, second one, or middle one, or last one. And I know which one you're talking about. And this is the information I'm going to need from you. Your name, phone number, email, address that I'm, shipping the collection to, your date of birth, billing information, so we can process that information, and which collection you wanted, 1, 2, or 3. Now, if you're still not sure and you're like, well, those are a little bit out of reach, we can get on the phone, or you can stay with me on Zoom and we can discuss what's best next steps for you. And for those that are following along and you want to join me on Zoom so we can talk about your 3 goals, the 3 things you want to feel more or less of on this call, you could totally jump on anytime. Here's the Zoom ID. You could take a screenshot of this so you have it in your pocket at any time. And every second, third Wednesday of the month, I'm teaching a class. So there's the Zoom ID, there's the password, and just log in and we'll talk, okay? All right, so I told you in the beginning of the class there are 3 types, or at least I mentioned, and that there are 3 types of people that become, excuse me, doTERRA members. And let me get a sip of water, folks. All right, the first person is going to get the collection in their home. They're going to Uber out and learn everything they can about essential oils and how they're going to help them. And they're just going to live this wellness lifestyle and just embrace it and go with it. I love, those are my bread and butter right there. I love the people that want to live this lifestyle. Second person just naturally thinks, oh, my sister can use this, my mom, my aunt, my best friend, my neighbor, the person that delivers my mail could use some Deep Blue when they're on their walks, right? So that's a share, and you get to your products paid for. So you can get your products paid for and never, you never have to spend $100 because you're making some income from sharing your oils. Third person wants to earn an income and make an impact in their community or globally, whatever your dream is. You dream as big as you want. That's a builder. And those people, I would definitely, if you're a sharer or builder right now, please stick around. Even if you just want to live the wellness lifestyle and want to learn a little bit more about doTERRA, stick around a little bit longer with me. The last 5 minutes, we're going to dive in into the joy of sharing oils. Okay, let's get right into it. So why doTERRA? Why now? One, they're the largest essential oil company in the world. Most tested, most trusted oils in the market. Remember in the beginning of the class, tested 54 times, and 11 of those are done by third-party labs just to make sure there's no adulteration, contamination, anything like that. They are used by doctors and hospitals worldwide, and that is expanding every year. When I go to convention, I find out there's another hospital that's embraced the holistic approach. Ethically and sustainably sourced. You saw the map. They work directly with the farmers through co-impact sourcing, paying them fair market value for their products. because these farmers have the same dreams that we do. They want better for their children. They want their children to have higher education so that they become doctors in their community and they don't have to drive 45 minutes away to see a clinic. Their son's going to be there being the doctor. I love that. And that's why I love buying from doTERRA, because I know my money's going towards that family and making that dream a possibility. There are 120 markets open. They're in North America, Central America, South America, Europe, all over Europe, Asia. I'm trying to think where else. Yeah, I think I covered it. Even in China, they're in China. Their compensation plan is genius. And I would add generous, because I've done my research on compensation plans with different MLM companies. Now, I know a lot of MLMs have a bad rap because of Lululemon or whatever that stupid legging company was. Even sometimes Amway gets a little, poo-poo. And that's because, you have to recruit people, and you're trying to, you're providing a service, you're providing a need for someone when it comes to doTERRA, where the other ones, I don't know, you're providing something. But anyway, their compensation plan is the best compensation plans from binary level. Yeah, binary level. They're what's the other one? Multi-level and matrix. So they take the best of those compensation plans and they have it in one compensation plan. So they're very generous. There's 3 ways to earn bonuses. And then right now they have the Founder 2.0. So anytime, okay, so they made a revenue of $2 billion. And when they have a surplus like that, they created founders so that 200 people will earn $100,000 when they earn so many amount of points. And I'm like in it right now. I think I've got like 15 points. So I got a long way to go, but this Founders 2.0 ends at the end of August. So I got a ways to go, but I'm still trying, man. I'm still trying. I'm not giving up, because I truly believe in this company, and these products are going to help shift the way we think about our health and our healthcare, especially the proactive healthcare. Privately owned company, incredible ownership team, and debt-free with no outside funding. And I'm so grateful for that, because I did work for a company that was bought by a bigger company, and that bigger company used investors to pay for that purchase of the little company. And they don't care how they get their money back. They just want it back fast, and all of it. And so carrots were getting taken away, and pay raises were shrinking, and they were taking longer to increase our pay, because every year we got a merit increase. And it was just, it was awful. And it turned out after I left, a year after I left, that company filed for bankruptcy, because doTERRA actually met with an investor in New York, shook hands on it, and decided it wasn't a good fit. And I'm so glad they did, because most investors, again, they don't care how they get their money, and they want you to cut corners. And doTERRA was just adamant. They're like, no, we're not cutting corners to make a buck. That's not happening. So questions you may have: how do I make money? How much time is involved? Could this work for me? And what's the next step? So this is how you make money. You become the product of the product. You're using the products, you're getting to know them, you're loving on them. You find one where you're like, I cannot keep this to myself. You sample people that oil. You're like, I can't, this is changing my life. I want you to try it. Once they have a positive experience, or any experience, you want to invite them and teach them the same thing I'm teaching them. And if you're not comfortable with the teaching part, that's where I come in. We are going to partner up, and I will do the teaching. You just bring them in and come with them if you can. And I'll do all the teaching part. And then we'll get them, you help them get enrolled. You reach out to them, say, how was the presentation? Which one spoke to you? And then you give them that collection, and you got them enrolled. And then you continue the support. You reach out to them to do the wellness consult, and continue the education where they can follow me or they can follow you. It's totally up to you. Okay. That's the easy part. All right, this is the potential income. I just want to quickly show this for you guys. If you want to pay for your product, you can reach Elite or Premier, and these are the average monthly income, what you take home. And then as the furthermore you go up where you replace and multiply your income, that's where you see the residual income, okay? So my goal is always a diamond, but one day you never know, it might be presidential diamond. It might just work out that way. I never know. All right, so how much time is involved? Well, if you want your oils paid for 3 to 5 hours a week, that's 15 minutes a day. You're on your phone texting people or calling them saying, I want you to try this. And they either say yes or no, and you help them out. If you want to supplement your income, then you want to bump that up 5 to 15 hours a week. And I can help you find that time. You can feel like I cannot take on one more thing, but I really would like an extra income. I will help you find that 15 minutes a day somewhere in your schedule. And there's a way to do that. Okay. And I'll walk you through it. I want you to you want to replace your income. You want to bump it up to 15 to 30 hours a week. And people have done this with a full-time job. They have. I've seen it. I know these people. I've met them. I have lunch and dinner with them. I know who they are. I know their names and where they live. So yes, you can do this with a full-time job for sure. Could this work for me? Well, are you passionate about oils? I'm telling you, once you try these and you get them in your home and you see yourself using these every day, that's it. You're passionate. You're passionate. Do you love people? Well, if you're here, gosh darn it, I hope you are, because if you don't, then you would be here. All right. And can you follow a system and get things done? If you are committed and capable, absolutely, you can do this. And I'll be your accountability partner. Like, you will tell me the 3 things you're going to do for your business. And I was like, you go do that. And you tell me how it turned out. All right. So what is the next step? If you already have a wholesale account, we just upgrade you. We add in your social security number to become a wellness advocate. And then we set up your 100 PV LRP. That is so you can earn commission. And I'll help you set that up as well. No, we'll choose a kit and then set up your LRP for March. And then you'll get that $100 bonus from doTERRA and the 50 points for me. Reach out for help. We'll plug you into all our training and resources. There are quite a few out there. But I want you to do this your both authentic self, because people are going to see through, the strategy. So I want you to be yourself, but I'll show you, guide you to the people that, have been doing this way longer than me. I mean, it's been 6 years for me, but I'm still reaching out to the people above me because they've been doing it a lot longer and they've seen it all. All right, start making your list and sample everyone. That's the fun part, is sharing that little dram of oils and saying, this is going to change your life. And they look at you like, yeah, right. You don't even know what you're talking about. But I do. Okay, that's it, you guys. All right, let me stop my share. That's it. That's all I wanted to share with you. So whatever's stopping you from moving forward, that's just your brain. That is your brain keeping you in your comfort zone, because, that's how our brain works. And it's okay to fight against that. Why do I sell doTERRA? I want to share that with you before I sign off. God, several reasons, honestly. One, I don't know what the modern approach or medical healthcare is going to look like by the time I retire. And I'd rather be in a position where I don't have to see what it's look like, to be honest with you. And I want as many people to come on board with me and be on on Noah's Ark, like, we're on a different boat than you guys. I want to change my community. I want my community to feel better, because when you feel better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. Because, I've got little kids and I'm going to put them out there in the world, and, yes, they're going to run into, a-holes and stuff, but I want them to be equipped and have the tools with them so they know how to handle themselves when they're around those objections. Okay. So yeah, I want, another thing that I want is, I want to leave a legacy for my kids. I don't want them to ever, 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 ever have to worry about money like I have for my entire life. Ever since I was a little kid, my parents struggled with teacher salaries in South Louisiana. I came along a whole month early, and the insurance wouldn't pay and cover. So my parents had to pay out of pocket my full hospital bill. So I was a very expensive child. And the reason I came on this planet early is because I couldn't wait to get here, because I think naturally this was the path I was supposed to follow. And I'm so glad I discovered doTERRA. It has got me through the worst of the worst, because I'm telling you, if I did not have doTERRA on that third layoff, I honestly don't think I would be here. I would be very mentally destroyed and would not have the motivation to be teaching this class to you at all. I would be my old self, just reclusive and just sink in and not be out there, not put myself out there. But doTERRA will not allow me to do that, because I am so obsessed with these products and how great they work and how awesome they work. And I just want everybody to have that same experience. I want everybody to have an awesome experience. What's so wrong with that? Okay, that's it, you guys. Take care. And if you see something that you like, please reach out to your wellness advocate, the person that introduced doTERRA to you, or myself, and I'll help you get started. All right, love you guys, and I'll see you next month. Got oils now what? Because maybe you got the collection, and that's the next class that you want to watch, because I also tell you March promos, because there's new promos every month that doTERRA loves to give products to their favorite customers. And then yeah, they'll the third Wednesday of the month, I forget what that class is, but stay tuned, okay, because I will post what next month's classes are next week. So stick around. All right, you guys. All right, thanks for watching, and be well. Take care. See you next time.